Hi everyone, you're surely wondering what kind of program you should follow for your future study. In this short video, I hope to persuade you that Master International Public Management and Public Policy at Erasmus University Rotterdam is the right choice for you. In this short video, I'm going to tell you what is this program about, what kind of curriculum you're going to follow, what kind of career options you have, and then hopefully you'll be all excited about joining this program, so I'll tell you a little more about the admissions requirements and about whether this program is the right choice for you. I want to start by telling you what makes this program special. Our program is explicitly international in orientation. In this program, we address problems which cannot be addressed within the border of any single country. It is also the most international program within the Erasmus School of Social and Behavioral Sciences. This year we have students from 17 countries, and not a single nationality accounts for more than 50% of the student population. This is a program that combines practical aspects with cutting-edge academia. Our department was recently evaluated as world-leading in research, but we have also connections to the top levels of policy world. This is a program that prepares you for your future career in a unique career preparation program that is not replicated in any other program at any other Dutch university. We have also unique contact with program alumni, and it's also the only master program within the Erasmus School of Social and Behavioral Sciences which offers exchange possibilities abroad. Therefore, if you wish to continue your study by having an exchange semester at Sciences Po or Bocconi or any other leading European universities, our programs allow you to do that. This is a program that focuses on global and transborder challenges. In this program, we recognize that problems such as global warming, global development, or migration cannot be resolved within the borders of a single country. And therefore, we focus on the challenges that need to have cooperation between different levels of government to be resolved. This is also a program in which we recognize that none of these challenges, whether it's climate change or global disarmament, can actually be resolved with the insights from one discipline only. And for that reason, our program combines multidisciplinary insights from political science, public administration, sociology, and economics. Our program has very explicitly multi-level orientation. We realize that to resolve these very pressing problems, you actually need cooperation from different levels of the government, whether that is global or national or local. And in our program, we actually recognize these needs. Our program follows 4 blocks. In the first block, which starts in September, you're going to follow courses that give you foundations to understand how public policy is made at different levels. There is a course in comparative public policy that tells you everything about how public policy is done in different national settings. There is a course in EU policymaking that gives you an idea about how EU policymaking works and how policymaking is done at the European level. There is also a course in global governance that introduces you into how international politics is done at the United Nations, other international organizations, but also about other actors that are active in making international policy. In Block 2, we go deeper. You're going to be following courses in international organizations and development that gives you an idea about global finance, but also about development. There is a course in international public management that introduces you to how public management and public affairs are being managed in different European countries. And there is a course in Europe and the world that talks about how EU interacts with the rest of the world and what tools the EU uses in these interactions. After Christmas, we give you an opportunity to specialize, to give you ideas about how you're going to, what you're going to do towards the end of your study and after you finish your study. In this block, we give you courses in professional development. We give you an elective that you can also take outside of our faculty. So if you wish to specialize, for example, in international law or international development, that is absolutely possible. And we also give you opportunity to start working on your thesis, which is the final research project, and it gives you an opportunity to actually go very deeply into a subject that you are very interested in. In our teaching, we actually follow very different teaching forms. In some of the courses, you're going to have interactive lectures, and these interactive lectures will feature not only the lecturer being at the stage, but also a lot of discussion with you. There are also, however, working group meetings in which you work with your fellow students to resolve individual problems. In some of the courses, we have simulations in which you are in the shoes of a policymaker and you are asked to resolve a practical policy problem. Some of our courses feature study trips in which you're going to visit a particular international organization or a local institution in which you're going to learn about how governance works actually in practice. Our courses have also very different assessment formats. Some of the courses are going to have exams and you're going to sit down and write an exam. However, we also ask you to write papers, to prepare projects, to write memos as if you were writing one for a minister, or to do presentations. And so we develop a lot of your skills that you're going to then be able to use in different programs. In 2018, Financial Times asked hiring managers of leading companies what are the skills that they ask from the fresh graduates. They very often talk about the fact that the fresh graduates need to be able to work in groups, combine insights from different fields, and also to be able to work under pressure. We give you a taste of all of this. You actually learn about each of these, so you're going to be very much in demand on the job market afterwards. Even though our program doesn't offer internships in a regular curriculum, we still facilitate if our students wish to actually complete an internship at the end of their study, or they want to interrupt their study to complete an internship. As I mentioned, as a part of our curriculum, you can also follow study trips. In this picture, which you can see here, the students of our program 2 years ago, before Corona, met with the Vice President of the International Court of Justice, Judge Xu Han-chin, who told them about the role of international courts in global governance. This study trip demonstrates how important it is for you to actually have a contact with the practice and how unique our program is in facilitating the contact with the highest level of global governance and gives you an insight into how global governance is done in practice. As I mentioned, in our program, we also follow a rigorous course in professional development. This has two parts. In the first part, we give you an insight into research design in preparation for your final master thesis. In this research design course, we give you ideas about how to define your research question, how to do your, how to collect your data, and also how to analyze it. However, we are particularly proud of the second part of our professional development program. This is a part that prepares you to enter the job market. This part includes guest lectures by practitioners, meetings with the alumni, simulation training at the Klingendahl Institute in The Hague, but also study trips to Geneva and Brussels to give you a taste of how international policy is done in practice. During the study trips, you meet with high-level officials from United Nations, other international organizations, embassies, but also NGOs. And these people are not going to give you a very bland lectures about what their organization is about, but they're going to actually give you an excited and engaged lecture about how it is to work at an international organization. If you really want to know how it is to work at the International Organization for Migration, and what kind of challenges do people working in this organization meet in their everyday life, then this program is for you so that you can decide whether this is a right career choice for you. After completing this program, you can actually follow multiple career paths. Many of our graduates end up working in national and regional governments. Of course, our graduates are highly demanded in national ministries, but they are also in demand in regional governments, which are increasingly dealing with international policy. Our graduates also find jobs in international organizations, whether that is at the European Union or at the United Nations. Many of our graduates also look for jobs in international NGOs, whether that is Greenpeace, Amnesty International, or other NGOs. However, if you think after completing our program that you are more interested in a career in corporate sector, this is also an option that is open for you. Many of our graduates look for jobs in international consultancies or multinational companies which are active in different parts of the world. However, there is also a part of our students that decides to follow a career in academia. These students then go on to complete PhDs at the world's best universities and have illustrious careers in research. And we are really proud to then meet them at cutting-edge international conferences. So by now you're certainly excited about the program and you might be interested, okay, so how do I get in? Now, we normally ask for from our applicants to have an undergraduate degree in public administration or political science. or to have an undergraduate degree in European Studies or International Relations. Our applicants need to speak English fluently, and you can do that by completing any of the international certificates, but also by having a Dutch bachelor diploma. We look at the motivation of our applicants. Why do they want to join our program? But also if they have shown international orientation in their prior study. They can show international orientation in different ways. That can be done by, for example, following international relations courses. You can do that by interning at an NGO or international organization, but also by, for example, going and studying abroad. We select the best students for our program. Most of the time, we look at whether at the grades that students acquired in their bachelor program. This can be their excellence can be demonstrated by having grades higher than 7 on the Dutch grading scale. However, we recognize that students have different educational experiences, and we often admit students who have slightly lower grades but demonstrate exceptional excellence through their other credentials. Our program has rolling application, and for that reason, the sooner you apply, the sooner you get a response. Response time in our program is approximately 4 weeks, and so if you apply very early on, you're also going to get a response very early on. And that means that you then have more time to actually look for accommodation, apply for scholarships, or simply arrange all the paperwork to be able to join us in Rotterdam. If you still have any more questions about our program, you can still look us up on Instagram, where our student ambassador is happy to answer any questions that you might have. If you have any technical or bureaucratic questions, please get in touch with the admissions office, either by email or on the website. I'm very much looking forward to seeing you in September in Rotterdam.